An aviation bill could soon land on President Biden's desk.
You're going to get your money back.
To improve safety on the air, our DC Bureau is live. A teenager's night to remember was ruined.
Because she is female and not male.
And what the school had to say. And a homecoming party a family will never forget.
It was a very scary time.
After spending months of their time at a hospital. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kenneth Bueno.
And I'm Julian Davis. Today's Thursday, May 16th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Capitol concerns this morning focus on taking a closer look at the airline industry. The House and Senate this week passed a major bill for the Federal Aviation Administration, and now it's heading to President Biden's desk for his signature.
Reporter Laura Palfrey comes from Kaplin's Washington, D.C. Bureau this morning, live with the Capitol and with what it means to you. Good morning, Laura.
This bipartisan bill renews the FAA's authority for the next 5 years. Some key features include increased air traffic controllers, increasing collision avoidance technology in airports, and enhancing accessibility for passengers with disabilities.
Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
In a crucial move yesterday, the House passed the Federal Aviation Administration Reauthorization Bill just before Friday's budget deadline. Travelers will benefit from enhanced consumer protections included in the bill, which strengthens policies for refunds due to delays and flight cancellations.
When your flight is canceled for any reason, you are entitled to an automatic cash refund, and it has to be prompt. If you get delayed significantly, that means 3 hours domestically, 6 hours internationally, you're going to get your money back.
The bill allocates about $105 billion in funding for the FAA and an additional $738 million for the National Transportation Safety Board for the next 5 years. The reauthorization bill also addresses the nation's shortage of air traffic controllers. With FAA reports indicating a shortage of about 3,000 air traffic controllers, the bill aims to expand hiring to fill this gap.
It's going to help keep air traffic safe by hiring and equipping the FAA professionals who do that.
With FAA reauthorization now cleared for takeoff, Congress has no other must-pass funding priorities on its legislative agenda until this fall. Reporting from Washington, D.C., for Caplin News, I'm Laura Palfrey.
Begin to take place, police here in Florida suggest keeping an extra eye out for your little ones. That is what a mother and daughter near Tampa learned after what many would call a parent's worst nightmare. Body cam and dash cam video captured the moment a deputy discovered the girl wandering the beach alone and terrified. He approaches the little girl and asks if she's okay. She tells the deputy, "I miss my mommy." After comforting the child, he soon reunites the mother and daughter.
Prom is usually what some people will remember most of high school. Unfortunately, one Naples girl's night was in shambles after she got denied from entering the prom. As Caplin's Jasmine Arocha reports, the school mentioned that her suit was not up to par with the formal dress code for female students.
Prom dreams dashed. Holly Savage says her daughter Sophie was suited up and set to go into Mason Classical Academy's prom.
She was excited, took a couple pictures.
But an administrator pulled her aside. Her mom says,
because she was in a suit and not a dress, because she is female and not male.
The school has strict guidelines for attire for gentlemen and ladies. For formal, only a gown, dress, or one-piece attire are allowed. Mason Classical Academy responded to Wink News saying in part, any student who shows up to an MCA dance and does not abide by the dress code is given the opportunity to return to the dance in proper attire. Holly said they opted for something more casual instead.
And we went and got ice cream and sat and talked about it, and she cried about it.
Sophie is a junior and has been in the school since 2nd grade. Her mom thinks they need to keep up with the times.
We realize this isn't going to change anything for Sophie, for my daughter, but we'd like it to change for kids in the future. And they shouldn't have to feel humiliated for being who they are.
The embarrassment now has the family considering other options for Sophie's senior year. For Caplin News, I'm Jasmine Arocha.
CNN sources are saying this morning that Donald Trump's former attorney, Rudy Giuliani, is choosing to enjoy his summer break at his Palm Beach condo instead of an Arizona courthouse. Prosecutors have been attempting to serve Giuliani after being indicted last month over his alleged role in attempting to overturn the state's election results in the former president's favor. Giuliani's summons say he must appear before a judge on May 21st.
Continuing with those who used to work for the former president, Trump's former economic aide, Peter Navarro, remains in prison this morning under his original 4-month sentence after his request to shorten it was rejected. Navarro was convicted for contempt of Congress after ducking a subpoena for documents and testimony from the House's January 6 committee. Navarro wanted his sentence reduced by 30 days in exchange for 30 days of supervised release, citing the First Step Act by Trump.
Residents in the Saratoga Place apartments had an encounter they will never forget. As Caplin's Ashanti Jermosin reports, the 11-foot gator had appeared right in the middle of gator mating season.
Sarasota residents are being extra careful this morning after a recent appearance of an 11-foot alligator. The alligator was found and captured by a trapper and local residents on Tuesday afternoon.
The maintenance guy gave us a phone call that there was a guy reeling in a gator back here. So we came back and it was just one guy, and he was about a 700-pound gator. So we basically helped him reel it in and pulled him out of the water.
Together, they loaded the gator onto a pickup truck where it reached its destination at a ranch in Punta Gorda. Non-natives are thrilled by this authentic Florida experience.
I'm from California originally, and just being from Florida and seeing gators is a brand new experience for me. But it was unlike anything I've ever experienced before.
It's an exciting gator mating season here in Florida. I've been Ashanti for Caplin News.
After spending months growing in the hospital, a special homecoming for a miracle baby. As Caplin's Gabriela Fuentes reports, she is now settled into her family's house near Chicago.
6 months after her remarkable birth, baby Nyla is finally going home with her family. Dozens of staff, friends, and family gathered together to celebrate at Silver Cross Hospital in New Lenox, Illinois.
We have so many family, friends who are so excited, and they prayed for us and took care of us, and everyone's ready to celebrate this little one for sure.
Nyla Brooke Haywood holds the title of the youngest baby ever born at Silver Cross Hospital. Delivered at just 22 weeks after her mother, Nakia, was diagnosed with preeclampsia.
It was a very scary time. Not gonna lie, it was very scary.
Nyla is what is known as a micropreemie. With a 10% survival rate, doctors prepare for the worst in the delivery room.
She cried at birth, which is a little whimper, but it was a cry. Her heart rate always remained over 100, which for us, that's where we want it to be. So she came out fighting right off the bat.
But that was just the beginning. A dedicated team of 15 individuals worked to care for Nyla during those critical first minutes and days.
Nyla's eyes were still fused, her tiny lungs were very underdeveloped, and her skin was thin and translucent.
But her size mattered. At birth, Nyla weighed 1 pound, 1 ounce. Nyla has residual scarring on her lungs.
I just don't have the words, in all honesty. We're just super grateful that she's here, she's healthy, and she's doing amazing.
Great news for Miami. Miami will be one of the cities hosting Uber's new service that will allow their riders to share a shuttle to all kinds of events and even the airport. Uber Shuttle, as it's called, was announced yesterday as a cheaper alternative to the regular Uber ride option and won't be affected by surge pricing. This new service will spin its wheels starting later this summer only in Miami, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Charlotte.
Rivalry week in the MLS sends Inter Miami up the turnpike to Orlando.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
That ball's crushed to center field. Perez going back at the warning track and the wall, and it's out of here.
The Marlins with one last game on the road before 6 straight games at home. Stick around. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
time to grind, our time to shine. Ha, ha, ha. They don't want it with us.
Miranda is on top again. Give it to Gary Sexton. Lawson Peel takes his first playoff win.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
The Marlins pulling off a series win for just the second time this season. This past weekend wrapped up a home trip this morning, and they're back home now after leaving the Detroit Tigers runless in the last 2 games of their series.
Yes. Left fielder Brian De La Cruz belted a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning to kick off the evening. Pitcher Trevor Rogers would get his first win of the season after striking out 6 batters in 5 innings. The final score was 2-0 for the Marlins' first second series win of the year. The Fish will look to continue this momentum when the New York Mets travel down to face them tomorrow.
Inter Miami star Lionel Messi is still nursing a knee injury this morning that caused him to miss out on Inter Miami's trip to Orlando to face the team's in-state rival. The night would go without seeing the ball hitting the back of the net as both teams played to a 0-0 stalemate. Messi is still questionable for Saturday's game against DC United. Stick around, you're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
That's all time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Julian Davis.
I'm Kenneth Bueno. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.